What's up, gamers? Today I'm back with a little bonus content from my last Style Boutique video. First of all, shout out to everyone who helped me decide how to present this all, and extra shout out to those who chose the Date Dominic option. I appreciate the help. As I said in my first video, this was supposed to be a 3-part series, so I guess you can think of this video as a bit of an extra add-on, the DLC to my first video, only it's not downloadable. Anyways, after making said video, I had fun monkeying, goofing, horsing, and other various animalsing around in the comments and just learning a whole bunch, as well as thinking, oh, damn it, how did I miss that part of the game out? Inevitably, this video probably will not be immune to the same fate, but there's definitely some things that I do not want to leave without a video.
First, I'd like to apologize for my severe lapse in judgment for saying 2012 instead of 2012. All rumors are true. It was wrong, and I deeply apologize. I should have known better.
Especially since I own this game. Second, I said that there was not a repeat order button in New Style Boutique. That is false news, there it is, almost clear as day. At least the second game made it a bit more visible, and also added a hide order button so you can have a proper look at a customer's clothing if you're trying to gauge their taste. That's what I thought the button meant at first. Third, I said that glam was unnecessary as an image option. I have now changed my mind. Thanks to comments telling me about gyaru culture, specifically hime gyaru, I think that glam represents a pretty unique style that other images just don't cover. I love the animal print, the crazy patterns, and the beehive hair. Very delicious. I think my only past knowledge of the style is from pictures of the Ganguro style specifically. While the Ganguro style, which is characterized by dark tans and white eyeshadow, is maybe a little bit questionable without context, I think it's supposed to represent a defiance against Japanese society and its silly beauty expectations. I rate that. Though this sort of makeup isn't obligatory for the style, and over the years has been used less. It's sad that the gyaru style has also fallen out of fashion over the years though, which is likely why glam wasn't given as a style option in the following Style Boutique games. I have been able to research the style, but there's always the chance that I've said something incorrect. It is new territory, so I apologise for any mistakes. But, while I now understand what glam as a style was trying to emulate, I'm not sure to what extent it's successful in the game. It's just that gyaru styles use a lot of accessories and layers, which you can't really do with this game. Plus, some images and patterns might appear too pixelated to be truly faithful. But there's always a chance that Fashion Dreamer might pull through. Fourth, I struggled with this brand name in my last video, but now I know that it is neither AZ USA or AZ USA, but Azusa, a reference to the assistant game director Azusa Tajima. And apparently a sales representative in the original game tells you this. So thank you for this information, WeeBG now. And now I'm praying that I've said Azusa right. Is this how teachers feel when reading my name? Fifth, vertical mixing. The name for this specific type of adaptive audio is vertical mixing. Thank you, CoolSquid7748. Your comment was very educational. Sixth, thanks to my stinky 9-year-old save file, I missed out on some key early game information. But thanks to Polly, I can tell you the following. Filling your happiness meter in the early game is how you unlock more storage space, hairstyles, makeup, and exhibition stores. It's basically the key to progression. And you know what? I think it's actually pretty effective at it. All three 3DS games take different approaches to showing progression, and while this option isn't the most subtle, I actually think it might work the best. I was officially #wrong in my first video. Who knew my opinion could do a 180? Assistants do have unique abilities such as restocking, selling items on their own, and changing outfits on their own. This is extremely funny because as soon as I posted my first video, one of my assistants dressed himself up, and the other gave me some clothes for the storeroom, so just really badly timed, I guess. Perfume will change the kind of aura of particles that your character gives off when you receive happiness. You still can't smell your 3DS though. Maybe the Switch 2 that's been rumoured every month since 2017 will be the scratch and sniff. Again, thanks to Polly for the information, I really appreciate it. Let's get quirky and begin this with a complaint. This game takes so long to bloody load. Oh my lordy lord, just... Anyways, on the title screen we have multiple things. The top screen usually has a character being as goofy as possible next to the title, before it switches to the main theme accompanied by visuals. Out of the 3DS games, this is the only game that does not have singing in the main theme. The bottom screen has 7 options. Continue is self-explanatory. Manage save data allows you to check or delete data, and there's also a little download data button which manages data received from possibly my favourite button, the download button. Man, that was a mouthful, oh my gosh. But you can get extra clothes from here! This may be different outside power regions, but 2 options seem to be collaborations with Animal Crossing to celebrate the release of New Leaf, with outfits inspired by Gracie and KK Slider. While the third one is a collaboration between the Spanish brand Ayer and a model/designer named Ariadne Arfiles. Excuse me? A real brand? A real person? I wonder if this has anything to do with Drunken's involvement in the game. They did organise international fashion shows. The clothes are so cute! I can't believe I didn't know about this until now! I mean, like I said, the internet does scare me, which is why I'm on YouTube right now, but this is different. The 3DS notification is very intimidating. I can't help but imagine a British brand collaborating with the game. Like, what would you choose? Primark? H&M? M&S? S&M? Just kidding, that one's just Rihanna. According to the Style Boutique wiki, Japan's version of this third option is called Liz Lisa, which I actually found out about when reading the Hime Gyaru section of the Gyaru wiki. Man, if I'm saying that wrong, this grave is getting deeper by the second. It gives you kind of a preppy look, which is strange because the actual brand seems to be much more centered on a cuter, softer look, even back in 2014. Overall though, this is such a great inclusion to the game, especially as someone who doesn't have an Amiibo NFC card reader or whatever. It's nice to have such interesting and fancy DLC without needing additional items to make it work. Or money. Then there's Spot Pass, where you can activate or deactivate Spot Pass. If you own a 3DS, you probably know what it means. Then we have Check Your Look. You get to dress up a model however you want, no fashion theme required, and get your outfit rated by the quote-unquote experts. I really wonder how the game decides this. It's a neat side thing that provides more freedom with fashion, as well as a fashion contest-esque rating system. AR Photo Op. Yay! Another game that uses the silliest of the 3DS camera functions. Good thing I still have some AR cards. You can choose to take a solo pic or choose someone from your long list of contacts, assuming you've met people. For those who had a crush on Dominic from the original Style Boutique, this one's for you. Of course, like with any game that uses the 3DS's AR capabilities, you'll never be able to take a picture completely perpendicular to your character, as the camera obviously relies on seeing the AR card at a decent enough angle to see the question mark. This gets especially difficult when you choose the 2-character option. So while it might be hard to take photos exactly how you envision them, if you can find a good enough background, you can go to town. There are so many options for props though! Yes, there's plenty of choice in people and expressions going through pretty much every character animation in the game, but when I saw the absolutely mind-boggling number of flowers here... Daffodils? What's morning glory? Someone in the dev team must really love flowers. Also here, take this one of me and Chad, because you can also choose music to play while taking photos, and his theme was one of the options. Yep. There are no ulterior motives I have with this. Chad is 100% irrelevant. Anyways, this mode is hysterical. I wish it worked with more AR cards. Imagine a Toon Link card giving your character a master sword or silly hat or something. Then bonus mode. If this game is anything like the others, I think this mode probably becomes available after you win every fashion contest or something like that. You can basically just change your appearance freely and then go back to playing right where you left off. It was nice to pretend being tall. Okay, so to my knowledge, there are 2 forms of DLC for this game. A, the base DLC, which can be unlocked by anyone in any region after a good amount of gameplay, of which these sections of the title screen are a part of. And the Boyfriend DLC, oh yeah! On the 17th of April 2014, Japan released DLC for New Style Boutique, which included the base DLC mentioned before, as well as the option for the player to create and then take pictures with their own custom dream boyfriend in different locations. Bear in mind, I say dream boyfriend because that's the canonical explanation. Who knows why this version never made it to the Western versions of the game, because every other single element did, save for another Japanese exclusive option, which allowed you to visit Harriet or Emmy Lou in her apartment and get some advice from her. A little strange how the West left this part out. Stranger than the boyfriend part. Not that I particularly want to talk to Harriet in the first place. But then again, how much are we really missing out on? Yes, it would be fun to make a custom boyfriend and take pictures with him, but the whole dream explanation is a bit of a shame, I think. It would be more fun to me if love interest could be integrated more naturally into the existing story. Like a guy shows up in your boutique and you have romantic tension or something. You'd still be able to customize him beforehand, but now it feels more connected to the game overall. You can be a fashion baddie and date someone at the same time.
If only that was somewhat possible. If only there was some male character within this boundlessly fashionable game that I could meet and frolic in the fields with. Ulterior motives time! Chad clearly has a thing for the player. I'm just saying, out of everyone in the game, he's probably the closest you'll get to organic boyfriend material. We don't really get to know anything about him beyond the fact that he's a delivery guy and his dad never gives him an allowance, but who doesn't love a man with daddy issues? So here's my
Top 5 Chad moments. Número 1, Chad, mi tío.
Sometimes when delivering clothing, he'll take a little extra time to tell you how much he admires you before getting flustered and running off.
Número 2, me gustan los animales.
Apparently he can take you out on a not a date. According to the Style Boutique wiki, this happens towards the beginning of the in-game July. Chad supposedly walks into your boutique and asks you out like any other NPC. But as someone who's very recently played through the entire month of July just to make my first video, I saw nothing. Maybe I'm not American enough, as this is a 4th of July thing. Maybe this will work. Big pancakes, Ruh-Rohs, Ron DeSantis, Jimmy Fallon, James Corden. Oh, guess I'm sticking with this bunch. Fortunately, we have some screenshots provided by the wiki, and a whole video of the encounter. But I don't want to steal someone else's content with little to no transformative value, so please use the link in the description. To summarise what happens, it seems like Chad asks you out to the picnic area, such as is the norm with most NPCs whenever they feel like it. However, this time, as you watch the fireworks together on a hill, Chad talks about how his father brought his mother there on their first date, and proposed there too. Then he pulls the single most Chad move ever, earning his name. He gets on one knee and tells the player, "My flag will never fly at half-mast as long as you're around." What? Okay, I did steal that from captiongrams.com, and the truth is, he runs away before he pops the question because he has deliveries to make. Look, I'm desensitized to this by now. Like, look at my current profile picture. I have 7 years of miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir slow burn behind me, as much as I hate the show now. To the point that if a couple ever does get together in a piece of media, I'm not sure how to function anymore. I'd call this a bit of a cheeky Nintendo ending, judging from, okay, we got some major Tears of the Kingdom ending spoilers here, so just like skip 10 seconds or close your eyes until the music finishes. Hee. But Chad is probably the closest we'll ever get to a boyfriend in-game. Fashion Dreamer probably won't include this, but, you know, love interest could be fun to play around with. Just an optional side hustle, of course. And let the player make their dream boyfriend, girlfriend, any flavour of romantic partner. Collect as many as you want. Like Pokemon, but... You know what? I'm not going to finish that. But that's all for this video. I think I've covered as much of the game as I possibly can talk about at this point. Thank you again for watching, and how do I end this? Oh, I nearly forgot the...
Honorable mention.
This art of me and Chad with our 3 kids.